Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be going over every single potential rumor, restock location, places to be on the lookout for, the likelihood of every drop to go and happen, as well as also which drops are probably not going to be happening. I usually like making these types of videos. They're probably like my favorites, honestly, because I feel like this should probably be the one video you really have to go watch every single week, and it should ideally give you all the details just, well, throughout the week. But of course, as well as we get more stuff and kind of things kind of go change throughout the week, we of course upload more and give you guys more updates. So always make sure you guys have the notifications on or subscribed. But when it comes to all these types of videos, I'm going to try my best to give you guys my best details. We have a lot of employee information. We have a lot of confirmed pretty much stuff. We also have walk-in stuff. We have pretty much everything in this video itself. So make sure you guys go and use the timestamps down below if you guys ever need to. And as well, we also have all of our little affiliate links down below, and same with the ads on the channel. All that money always goes towards my mother. So if you guys ever go and watch any ads, see any ads, or use any of the affiliate links down below, I always appreciate you guys a lot. And as well, we are giving out a PS5. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the channel. If you guys would like to go and have bonus entries to the actual PS5 giveaway, we have a link down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment down below with a link tree. If you guys go and subscribe to any of these secondary channels or use like follow up the Twitters, you guys do go get bonus entries. If you guys want to go do that too as well, just for extra chances to go win a PS5. As well, we do have the Amazon links down below. We've been including all the PS5 controllers. If you guys want to pre-order those, so you guys don't have to deal with, like, you know, waiting for all the actual controllers to show on up. As well, we also have the Amazon links for the PS5 consoles. We'll get into that later on throughout the video. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream if you guys want to follow up on either or. And of course, we have the Weeble. I mentioned these in all these videos. If you guys sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, and you guys go get free stock, you can just instantly go and sell like free, like $25. And of course, well, for Coinbase, if you guys want to go buy any cryptocurrency, if you guys go and spend a little bit of money on that, you guys also get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, I'd always appreciate a like, or if you just want to comment down below, you guys always can too as well. And also use the timestamps down below to save yourself some times if you guys ever want to as well. Sometimes I do ramble, but just letting you guys know, I'm trying my best to give you guys all the best information we can give you guys to get your consoles. So let's actually go and dive on the video itself, and hopefully you guys will have a great week. So this week actually has a lot of big things we want to go and talk about. So I'm going to start off over here with probably like the most likelihood that we're going to be seeing our actual restock for, which is going to be for Target. I'm going to probably give Target like a nice 85 to 90% chance of it dropping this week, more so because I just kind of base it on quite a few things. So we do know from multiple employee confirmations that we have seen stock in stores. We've seen a little bit over there. We've seen a little bit of walk-in stuff the past 2 weeks or so. We can get that in a little bit. But we've also been seeing some actual employees actually having stock in the stores. We've seen other various types of things out there too as well. We've actually seen other retailers and warehouses actually go and have stock as well. And on top of that too, based on the trends, it's been quite some time since the last Target restock. And as well, we've seen like a little bit of information. We kind of seen a lot of employee stuff. And just overall, it's just looking extremely likely. As well, we did actually go and see last week where they did go do a major change. This is for the Xboxes out there, or instead of it doing an actual proper event, or it's like, you know, like say like a GameStop restock or like a proper Amazon restock, they are now just doing whenever Xboxes, Series X and S's, whenever the stock shows up at the Target store themselves, you guys go and check the Target website, and you guys can go and check and see if you guys can get the consoles or not. Basically just only for the Xboxes, so if they're in stock, you guys can check your local Target on the app or whatever, and you guys can go and see if they're there. So we actually had that drop happen last week, which also kind of bumped up our chances. And as of right now too, as well as we mentioned, we are waiting for the PlayStation 5. We've seen a lot of stock show on up. As of right now, we haven't seen too much digital stock floating around. So there's always a small chance it may go get postponed to another week or so. But at least in terms of all the information we see and all the data and stuff, Target looks very likely. Even if it's not just a proper restock, there might be a very small chance for either maybe walk-ins too as well. We have seen some small rumors. Typically whenever Target does a restock, we do see a few sporadic stores show on up, and it also does walk-ins too. So if we do see a Target drop, which we'd maybe expect maybe on Wednesday or Thursday morning, if they do go and restock, typically more around like the 6 to 9 a.m. range, give or take a little bit. They may always go and switch it on up a little bit. Then typically we sometimes do see a few days after, maybe a few walk-ins or if any canceled orders, etc. And if we ever do that, see that stuff, we try our best to report that on the channel as well. So Target's looking very likely. I would definitely be, if you guys are still trying to get a console, if we see more information throughout the rest of the week, 100% I would say it might be worth actually staying up for. We'll probably have some more information throughout this week as well. It would not surprise me if they actually did another restock though as well, maybe for next week, but looks very likely for this week based on everything I said. As well, Amazon. Amazon is actually kind of a little bit of the wild card sometimes, and I'd actually probably give it like a nice like 50-60% chance, but I'm going to more so kind of put that on a major defier, where if we actually go and see more stocks show up, I do actually have an Amazon friend that works at the warehouse that we sometimes to go and see a few days before the actual stock arrives. If we go and see another additional wave of stock, I think that will definitely go and bump up the likelihood of a drop sometime in the near future. We have actually had over a month now at this point since the very last Amazon restock. Amazon's a very sporadic restock. That's why I always have the links down below my videos for you guys to go check and see for warehouses or whatever. But usually for Amazon, we've actually been seeing more of a late night trend. The last drop was around like Saturday night, and it was just at very, very late night hours, like 2 in the morning. So we've seen a lot of different Amazon times, from like 7 a.m. to maybe 11 a.m. to like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. to also late at night. So Amazon kind of rotates and kind of mixes it around, but we do know that there is stock there, and we're just kind of patiently waiting for the stock to actually arrive, or more so when more stock shows up to make the drop a little bit more on the likely side. But letting you guys know that we are going to be very patiently waiting for that throughout the next week or so. There's a few more rumors too as well. They may go push back the Amazon drop too as well. And a lot of this kind of depends on like their sales promotion, how much stock is there, and also how much stock Sony goes and gives out to people. So letting you guys know on that. We also did make a mention on as of last week that we do know that the UK is mostly been sorted, and a lot of them actually have gotten their consoles, and a lot of big restocks have happened. So we should theoretically start getting back in a good swing for all of us here in America in the very near future. I do also want to go make a note that Amazon UK did go on restock, and a few other Amazons in different regions as well have also restocked too as of the past week or so, and that's usually a pretty nice indicator that either Amazon US is going to restock soon, or as well Amazon US might at least be arriving and getting stock sometime soon. But last time they actually sat on stock for like 3 weeks or so, so just keep you guys and bear in mind for that. As well, a very next major likely drop is going to be Best Buy. Now, why do we also think Best Buy is looking very, very likely all throughout this week? So a few different things we want to make a note on. So when it comes to Best Buy, we did see a very small amount of stock for both the actual PS5s and Xbox show up from employee confirmations. And as well, if you guys saw over throughout this weekend, we made a video on it, Best Buy also had a few little API glitches. So what that kind of means is we saw the literal add to cart button show up on the Best Buy website for a few PS5 bundles. We had quite a few people confirm it. I also saw it myself. And as well, they were kind of messing around with the API because we saw a lot of Xbox Series X's also being pinged by the bots and the API, so like basically the website itself. So someone's messing around with the internals on the website. And with all of that, it kind of just goes and shows that why would someone else be messing around with the website? Why would they maybe mess around with the API? Why would they be doing and changing stuff like this? And also they do have a small amount of stock that is shown on up. So letting you guys know on that. So when it comes to all the Best Buy stuff, it does look a lot more likely when it comes to the restocks. Though in terms of the actual dates we've been looking for, we've seen like a very big trend on the Thursdays and Fridays, but we've also been seeing a few little sporadic drops sometimes, like through Monday and Wednesday are the 2 dates I like to be on the lookout for. We saw a lot of GPU restocks on Wednesday, but as well, we also saw a lot of sometimes random Xbox restocks not on the set Thursday or Friday dates. So I'm just letting you guys know that's like something to be especially on the lookout for. And I do think the Best Buy likelihood of dropping is very, very high throughout this week. I'd probably say like a nice like 70, 75, especially because they did not go and do a restock last week. And typically they do like to go build up stock. Now, of course, too, as well, I don't really work at these locations, just kind of based on trends. Like, well, we've been doing this for a while. So just in case then that really were a case, in case like none of them drop, which is always a chance, that's kind of probably the reason why. It also depends on Sony too as well, or if they're focusing on China, then, you know, what can you kind of go and do? Because the Chinese restock should be going on as of now. As well, we also do have GameStop. Now, GameStop's actually come in very, very clutch throughout these past few weeks. They've actually done 2 PS5 only restocks as of recent. And that just means the PlayStation 5s, they only have the bundles themselves, which is always kind of because they're bundles. We always complain about bundles and GameStop in general. But when it comes to GameStop overall, I would almost want to say throughout the next, throughout this next week, throughout the drops, I'd almost want to expect more of an Xbox restock. Now, I'm saying this because we have not seen actually any proper Xbox Series X's at quite some time for GameStop, at least to my knowledge, because I do think the last 2 drops have been PlayStations, and then we had an Xbox Series S restock go on to as well. So unless I missed a drop in there too, I may have done that because we've been kind of busy with crypto and stuff. But when it comes to all of that stuff, I would probably I want to say a very, very high chance for them at least having the Xbox Series X bundles floating around, trying to get all the stuff for the consoles, etc., which is always very nice. So be on the lookout, especially through that. We've been kind of seeing a lot of like Wednesday, Thursday dates when it comes to GameStop, typically around like 2 p.m. or so, give or take. They can usually sometimes announce a little bit beforehand, so we try our best to have a video up for it, just so you guys all know. So typically, that's why I would say you guys have the subscriptions on with the notifications on, or follow the Twitter and stuff like that, so I can let you guys always know about this stuff, and also do the giveaway. But when it comes to the actual stuff itself, GameStop has come very, very clutch for 2 PS5 restocks. I would probably go and say they probably will not be doing a restock this week for PS5s unless they just have a smaller restock amount, mainly because of that, because they still have to fulfill all the previous restock amounts, and typically it does seem like they're more on like a 2-week on, 2-week off type cycle when it comes to the actual consoles themselves. So like every 2 weeks, it seems like they do some sort of restock. So GameStop does at least have some potential throughout this week, but I would probably put a little bit more on the lower end. Now, the next major big boy is going to be on the Walmart. Now, Walmart's a very intriguing one because if you guys have been seeing our videos throughout the past few days, we do know that Walmart itself has been acting really different. So the one kind of two things I want to talk about is the Walmart actual online restock. So they did go and actually do an online restock last week that was very, very small though. They only did basically like 2 waves of each, like 2 waves of digital, 2 waves of actual disc consoles as well. And then I also had a little bit of an Xbox restock. It did seem like a very small drop. Not many people had a chance to get the consoles, and a lot of actual orders got kind of removed from their carts as they were kind of going through it and all. So I'm just letting you guys all know that there is a somewhat smaller chance, I would say, for this week when it comes to Walmart for an online order, because as I mentioned, they have to go and fulfill their orders, and they may not just have the stock available as of yet, and more so for the next portion on the walk-ins. But also, they do also have the Xbox restocks that have actually happened a few times sporadically as of now, like on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday range. So maybe be on the lookout throughout the next like few days or so if you guys really care. But I do think there's higher, more confirmed chances for Xboxes somewhere else. These are just more so like random trends we've kind of noticed and we've kind of seen them pop on up. But when it comes to Walmart walk-ins, now the very intriguing note, and I kind of want to maybe make a separate video on this sometime in the near future, is that we've been seeing a lot of these employee rumors that they may be confirming a walk-in restock next weekend, so like this upcoming weekend. So I would kind of count that as maybe this week. If we see more confirmations, more stock arrive, and any of that stuff, we will 100% let you guys know. And I'm going to try my best to give you guys the best details because we actually have been reaching out to a few different Walmart employees and a few people that have checked their local Walmarts as well. So we do know that there's stock there. We've seen multiple different confirmations from Texas. We've also seen multiple confirmations from Florida having stock too as well with consoles themselves. So I'm just letting you guys all know this is definitely something we're going to be trying our best to keep like as in the lookout for as we possibly can. As well, make sure you guys don't bother any employees as we get to the walk-in news in a few moments. Be polite, be nice. If you guys ask, be respectful, and don't be rude on that because they may ruin this all up for, well, everyone. So you guys know on that. But when it comes to Walmart itself, we have also been seeing a lot of Xbox Series S's in stores, which is always a very, very nice sign to go and see. So be on the lookout for that when it comes to the actual walk-ins, just in case you guys want to get those for the Xbox Series S's. But Walmart walk-ins might have a few confirmations, maybe especially if you guys are in the Texas or Florida area. Other regions will have to kind of give you guys more details as we go and hear them. Those are the 2 major spots for it. And as once again, that'd probably be a little bit more on the unlikely on the online order, but more likely maybe for walk-ins, maybe for the weekend rumor. And as I mentioned, we'll give you guys more details when we go and hear it as well. That's pretty much all like the major news for all the big boys like the Target, Amazon, Best Buys or whatever. But there's also a lot of other side retailers too that I think are actually going to be looking very, very likely. One I want to put a special note on, and I almost want to make a separate video on this in the future, is GameFly. Now, Scrubbing, while you talk about GameFly overall, GameFly actually was kind of like a every now and then drop before. But I almost want to say that GameFly has also been very, very consistent when it comes to them getting their consoles in bundles. We have not seen too many Xbox bundles at all, like if ever actually, but we actually do see the occasional PS5 bundles. And the 2 major nice things about Newegg is because with Newegg themselves, the bundles are usually up for a very long time because you need to be a Newegg member to actually go and buy it. So whenever we've actually seen this all floating around so far, they've actually been up for like 20 minutes or so. It's actually been a very, very long restock, almost sometimes even even longer than those really big boys. So I almost want to give you guys a little bit of an extra nudge for a GameFly. Now, they did actually do a restock last week, so it does kind of maybe tone down the likelihood of it this week, but they've actually been surprising me, and they actually have done like every other week so far, at least for the past like 2 or so weeks or so. So be on the lookout for them maybe for this upcoming week, and also letting you guys know you guys do have to be a member for quite some time to go get them, but maybe some of you guys from either recommendations on Twitter or your own choice or from YouTube videos, maybe you guys had a chance to go pick up like actual membership, so be on the lookout for that. As well, just on the news too as well, with the Xbox Series X's and S's for walk-ins at Walmart, we keep on seeing stock at Myers. Now, we touched on this earlier on today and also yesterday, but Myers has been pretty consistently, kind of somewhat sporadically, having stock arrive, having stock actually get sold, and other things mixed on in with it. But as well, we've also seen multiple different times of Xbox Series S's in the shelves, just how we've been seeing up in Walmart. So if you guys do want to get that console, Myers in the Midwest is usually a good spot for it. We usually do see a lot more of the restock waves, maybe like on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, or Saturday and Sunday for Myers. And as I mentioned a few times, we actually have seen a few people go and sell some consoles. It's a little bit more on the sporadic side, and sometimes depends on the employees and all that good stuff, as I always mentioned, but we have been seeing lots of movement over there, and we do have a few employee contacts, so if we get more additional information, we'll let you know. But we did see a few people actually get some consoles as of the past few days, so definitely be on the lookout for that, or if you guys are getting your casual groceries, maybe be nice and go and ask. As well, we've also been seeing lots of reports on the BJ's walk-ins. Now, that's not a joke, I always kind of comments on this myself, but when it comes to BJ's as a whole, it's like a wholesale retailer. You guys can walk in the store, there's a lot of places up on the East Coast itself, and we saw multiple different other confirmations of people getting the bundles and getting the consoles from it when it comes to the BJ stores. They did also do a few online restocks, which I actually have a chance to go and see, so it kind of bumps up the likelihood of everyone getting these all, and it looks pretty much confirmed because we've seen multiple different people go and confirm it and kind of bring back more news to it, so letting you guys know on that. As well, when it comes to other rockin' stuff, I've been saying this for like 3 weeks now, but Fred Meyer's and Kroger's have also been sitting on stock for a while. We just never know when they're actually going to go and release the stock itself. So some other places we always like to go and talk about. PS Directs. Now, I usually like to go and recommend you guys to follow up the Twitter and also the notifications on for YouTube, for the community post or whatever, because PS Directs are usually probably one of the best places to go get their consoles. Now, when it comes to the PS Directs, though, we've been more so trying our best to wait for them to send out those promotional emails, because after every single promotional email we've seen so far, we've had a PS Direct. And a PS Direct is just a raffle system where you guys go and join in the actual raffle itself. You basically get a queue time. It's kind of like a fun little community event going on. And if you guys do get your console, then basically you guys have a chance to buy it directly from Sony if you guys win the queue, and then basically lets you go and buy your PS5 consoles with like 2-day shipping. Super nice and super easy. And I always try my best to tweet those on out or do a community post if I have a chance to. So I was letting you guys know on that. As well, when it comes to those, I always recommend them. They're very good, and they're probably not going to maybe go and happen unless we have the prior email, but we've kind of been seeing a somewhat of a consistent Wednesday date, so maybe especially be on the lookout for that. But if we see more stuff, we always try our best to let you guys know on videos themselves. Sometimes I'll try to go through like a confirmed on there just to help you guys on out. As well, other places, Sam's Club. Now, Sam's Club actually restocked twice last week, so I do think the likelihood of them dropping goes down a little decent bit, but we've also had a little bit of rumors with Walmart walk-ins and also Sam's Club walk-ins as well. That was maybe a rumor about like a month ago or so, so that actually might have a correlation. So if we actually do ever see any consoles over at Walmart showing on up, we may want to have some people go and check some Sam's Club as well. Sam's Club, at least for the Xbox Series X's 2, has not restocked in a very, very long time, so especially be on the lookout when it comes to Sam's Club if you guys are trying to get an Xbox Series X bundle. And also speak about more about the bundles, we also have the Costco of PS5 bundles and Xbox bundles. Now, Costco's actually been the same boat as I was saying for last week when it comes to Sam's Club, because I kept on saying Sam's Club's overdue, Sam's Club's overdue, Sam's Club's very much overdue. Be on the lookout for Sam's Club. Costco is very, very much overdue for both the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 bundles. And they usually do go drop more so early in the day, like throughout before like maybe like 1 p.m., typically around like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time zone. That time, so you know, earlier in the day on those dates. So you guys know, be on the lookout for those, especially because we've been kind of waiting for them and they've been very, very much overdue. And online as well with their nice old bundles also did go and confirm that they are now starting to go and sell GPUs, so very cool news for that. But when it comes to Antonline, they did go and do a PS5 restock not that long ago, so I almost want to go and say that this week as well has a chance for the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X bundles. They usually do also go drop earlier in the day, and so far they've actually done 1 drop per week as they said they wanted to, and it's been very nice and very consistent. We always give them a very good thumbs on up because they usually send out their consoles very, very quickly as well. Some Some other stuff to go talk about too on top of this. We may have a few little sporadic restocks that might be flown on in throughout the week too. We've been actually maybe sometimes seeing like other random restocks happening in like other little smaller locations and locales and stuff. So we'll definitely let you guys know on that. Maybe always be on the lookout for your local mom and pop stores. As well, when it comes to the actual other military, we usually do have a lot of good chances to get your military consoles. I've been hearing some rumors that there was a backlog, and now the backlog of like stock that's owed is now actually slowly going down more. So it is kind of nice for us to go and kind of see and be aware of that, because we might have a chance more so for more consoles to show on up and more people to either get walk-ins, which people always like, or more online orders. If you've ever seen those stuff, I'll try my best to tweet them out too as well. And it's also been quite some time since the last restock. And that's pretty much about it for all the major locations that you guys probably care about. We might have a few more sporadic videos, either with more updated information with all those places, or as well, if we see any other random other restocks that kind of float on by. Sometimes we do get random YOLO ones like Kohl's or like Urban Outfitters, and those are more on just the sporadic where we don't really see too much of a trend, and typically the stock is lower. As well, to kind of wind down the video before you guys go and leave, thank you guys all so much for watching. As like I mentioned, if you guys want to, all the affiliate links down below, and also the like the video and sub and all that. We also have some of the last minute Europe world war news. That was I almost said Europe. So when it comes to Europe itself, we actually saw a lot of really big restocks in the UK for John Lewis, Argos, UK, Amazon UK, and like a lot of the really big boys have mostly done their stock. We might have a few little smaller sporadic restocks, but it kind of seems like most of the trackers are saying more so next week for a lot of more of the places, or more so like 2 weeks from now. And it's always usually a really nice good sign for the America, because typically America itself, usually whenever the other regions have all their stock, they don't have to worry as much about, or like, Sony doesn't have to worry as much about like, having to share the stock or splitting the stock. And that usually is a little bit more of a slightly nicer state for all of us. And that means we get more consoles. So UK might be a little bit more on the drier side throughout this week with maybe a few smaller restocks, but we're most likely probably just going to assume that the Americans can hopefully start getting their consoles. Unless China themselves actually goes and gets all their consoles. We do know the Chinese restock was supposed to happen a few days ago, but I really not see too much news or information about it. So if we can get more information, I'll let you guys know. But we also may have a very slightly smaller week, just because if Sony has to go and move all their consoles to China for the week or so to supply up the pre-orders and all that, then we may just have a dry week for the next 1 or 2 weeks. But hopefully not, because we actually do have some good rumors, at least for some of the other bigger retailers. So fingers crossed on that. As well, for Canada news, we did see a few little Xbox and PS5 restocks not too long ago, so you guys can kind of be a little bit more on the lookout for that. For Xboxes themselves, we also don't forget to always have the actual Xbox and Microsoft Direct, like the PS5 Direct. So always been on the lookout for those. Those kind of happen a little bit more on the late night side too as well, like the 5 to 10 p.m. range or so. And if you guys are in all the regions like Australia, good luck. I have no idea what to tell you guys, and I just hope you guys all go get your consoles throughout this week. Hope you guys didn't mind this video. I try my best to be a little bit more like on the probability miles or whatever, but I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching. If you guys watched the entire thing, thank you guys all for watching any ads. If you guys did, let's go towards my mom. All the affiliate links down below with the Amazon links and the PS5 links if you guys want to go pre-order. Also for the controllers, the Weeble, sign up for the Weeble and deposit $100 and get your free stock and free money. Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go get free Bitcoin. And of course, as well, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe for the brand new giveaway going on the channel, and also use the link tree down below for more bonus entries. Thank you guys all so much for spending your time with me and watching. Hopefully this week we can get you guys a console, and you guys are all fantastic, and I'll see you guys up on the next video itself. You guys are all lovely, and I'll see you guys up on the next one.